Some would argue a bit too shallow, not deep enough, too late, etc. But it was there. And it opened up critical reflection of what happened in the 20th century. And it placed us at a new horizon, okay, where we could think all the big questions. We could really think about what is the kind of socialism we want to have in South Africa, and so on. And some of us took that stuff very seriously. Okay? And I did national political education. I traveled the world with my comrade Langa Zita to interview leading intellectuals in different parts of the world about where is this going and how do we renew left politics and so on. So the thing was that we were excited that the Soviet Union was gone, because you could, in reflection, in critical thinking, and for me I was a democratic socialist, I was like, okay, now we don't have to deal with the Stalinist baggage and so on. We can break new ground. And so that became a premise for this left renewal, kind of trying to think about, okay, the nationalists are moving to the right, and you can see it, and we put out the first critique on gear, etc., and so on, and then Zoomification and so on, and so-called communists were going with them over the cliff. But at the same time, there was a set of questions and a praxis challenge that we needed to address. And so that's been the journey. And that's been about, to some extent, what Gramsci says, sort of pessimism of the intellect, and knowing that, okay, the left's alternatives of the 20th century in crisis, the South African National Liberation Project is going off the cliff. But we've got to forge ahead. We've got to keep this imaginary. We've got to keep this praxis alive. And for me, it was also for the next generation, as much as possible. But Paulo Freire also says something very important for this conversation. And he says that, and I've been very influenced by him, that we must have a tactical presence vis-a-vis capitalism, but keep ourselves strategically against capitalism. Okay? And I'd go further, intellectually and in a praxis-centered way against capitalism. It's a hard one to hold, because you end up living between class structures. And for me, at a very young age, a Marxist, age 15, you start knowing that